What does power woman mean? What do you think? What do you think it means? If you have a thought, send me a note. I asked some women a few months ago, some professional women, what they thought a power woman was. And here's what they said about the term. It's a highly visible woman in business who is known for being strong, not totally popular, but strong. Someone who has a high profile job. A super mom. You can have it all, right? But these are really rare examples. And just like we get hoodwinked by all the photoshopped images in women's beauty magazines, right? Like we think that's what people really look like, and then we try to look like them, but no one actually looks like that. You know that, right? They're photoshopping all those pictures, even of the skinny girls. Yeah. The same thing happens when we see these power women out in the world and we think, well, we need to be like that, or we can be like that. But that's about as hard to do unless you can find a way to Photoshop your life, which I don't know how you do that, but I don't think we need to do that to be powerful. Yes, I say au contraire to being, I mean, that is the only definition of power, right? I think there's a lot of power women walking among us that we don't even recognize, that we don't even realize. People who do ordinary, extraordinary things. Like, take my mom. I wrote about my mom in a post a number of months ago, the original power woman. She was also my first role model, of course. She didn't get to go to college. She was an executive secretary most of her career. And she spent her career making the male executives, and they were all men, of course, look and sound good, which is kind of funny because actually that's kind of what I do today. I make executives look and sound good, but I get a lot more respect for it and a lot more pay. And when she walked into the C-suite, she was taking shorthand. When I walk in, I'm telling people what to do. Big difference. What an education can make, right? She also made my father's career work as the corporate wife. That's many, many, many women of her generation had that experience. So a quick funny story, I think it's funny anyway. When I was visiting my mom a few weeks ago, we saw The Wife, starring Glenn Close. Some of you probably saw it. It's about when her husband wins the Nobel Prize for literature. It's very interesting. So my mom wanted to see it. When she saw the trailer, she was like, oh, I've been the wife. I want to see that movie. When I saw the trailer, I said, oh, I'm a woman writer, and she looks like she might be a woman writer who's not getting credit. I want to see that movie. Very different perspectives coming from our generational experience. I'm not going to tell you what happens, no spoilers here, but it's really good, and it does have an interesting commentary on women's place in the world. So what is power? Power, according to the dictionary, is the ability to act or produce an effect. It's possession of control, authority, or influence over others, or physical might. Personally, I'm at my most powerful when I'm peaceful. When I'm pushing, trying to do more, do it all, get it done, whatever. Actually, it doesn't work well. I'm not actually that productive. I don't create as much. I don't do as well, and I don't feel as good. I'm more productive when I step into the wisdom of the universe instead of me being 200% on the throttle. This does not mean that I am not doing a lot. It just means I'm doing what I can in a way that allows me to live my life, not just survive it. It means saying no to a lot of people and causes that I support and that I love. I'm not able to support them all. And just choosing a few things to focus on that I can really make an impact on. It gives me the energy to influence. And I think power is really about influence. Oprah has influence. She is definitely a power woman, but so does my mom in the way she raised us, in the way she lives her life now as an example, still setting goals for herself every day at age 87 and recently widowed. That's power too. I have influence and I'm happiest when I'm helping someone achieve their potential. It might be somebody you've heard of, someone whose name maybe you saw in the media, they were interviewed or something like that. It might be someone you've never heard of and you never will, someone who's just doing a regular job. But when I can help someone, when I can influence someone to see themselves in a situation differently and step into their own personal power, we all help make the world a better place. In the past, I don't think I would have called this power. But today I do. I'm powerful and I influence by the way I walk around in the world too. That's really another thing. I don't have to just be doing my job to be a power woman. How you walk around in the world is how you influence the world. You can choose to smile or not. I decide whether I'm going to smile at the people on the train, whether I'm going to say hello to the homeless person, whether I'm going to respond to my neighbor's crabby email or not. Just let that go. And that has made the world a better place. Okay, these are ways that I can influence the world. And it's how we all can create the world that we live in. So I want to redefine power. It's not just the female CEO and the women who've made history. I love those women. They are awesome. And you will hear about them from me. But consider your own power in the world, the ordinary, extraordinary power that we all have every day to create the world you want to live in and how you're walking around in your career, in your life. It's how we raise our daughters, our sons, how we influence our community, how we show up in the world. All of that is how we use our power. And you can do that to make the world a better place. So go out and be a power woman. And that's the end of my sermon for today. Thanks for stopping by.